Well, clearly our top focus, tension continues to prevail in Bangladesh after Sheikh Hasina has fled the country. She has spent the night here in India, where reports suggest that she may soon fly to United Kingdom and seek asylum there. Meanwhile, protesters celebrated on the streets of Bangladesh. However, many of them were even seen ransacking the Prime Minister's residence and indulging in violent activities. The army has called protesters to refrain from violence and return home as they assure to form an interim government. Bangladesh opposition leader Khalida Zia has been released from jail following rival Hasina's resignation. Meanwhile, India is keeping a close eye on the developments in Bangladesh. External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar had briefed Prime Minister Modi about the ongoing crisis in Bangladesh. He also discussed the issues with the leader of opposition, Rahul Gandhi. And the Border Security Force is also on high alert. Security has been hiked along the India-Bangladesh border in light of the recent developments. BSF chief will also visit the border today.
We have seen the announcement that Prime Minister Hasina resigned from her position and departed Bangladesh. We are monitoring the situation carefully. The United States stands with the people of Bangladesh. We urge all parties to refrain from further violence. Too many lives have been lost over the course of the past several weeks, and we urge calm and restraint in the days ahead. We welcome the announcement of an interim government and urge any transition be conducted in accordance with Bangladesh's laws. Finally, we are deeply saddened about the reports of human rights abuses, casualties, and injuries over the weekend and past weeks.
My colleague Pradeep Datta joins me live on the broadcast. Pradeep, very good morning. The kind of developments that, of course, we have seen in the past 24 hours, having said that, a lot that's being speculated about potentially what would be her next move as well. Let's speak about that first. What are we picking up, considering the fact that after what happened yesterday, she did take a little bit of refuge in India, but we understand reports suggesting that she would fly to the UK. Do we have anything on that front?
Yes, right now I'm at the Hindon Air Base. This is the place where her aircraft had landed yesterday after she resigned in Bangladesh and came out to this place because she's using India as a transit point, and from there she'll be flying back to United Kingdom where she's sought asylum. But so far she has not got any kind of confirmation from UK. That's one of the reasons that she will be taking some more time to stay back in India. But the things are really very difficult so far as the Bangladesh is concerned. Yesterday she got only 45 minutes were given to her by the army. She was not even allowed to record her message, and finally she had to take a flight to come out to this place. And you can see here that the security here at the Hindon Air Base is based up. Anytime once she will be getting a green signal from UK, only then she can take a flight towards United Kingdom where she has already sought asylum. She had been in touch with the authorities there, but she did not get any clarification from their side. But how long it will take, only the time will tell. But all I can say, it's really a matter of concern for the India, because India has lost an ally, because she was one of the dearest friends of the country, and we have seen that how she had been able to keep the terror elements at bay, because she was able to attack on all those Islamist radical elements who were a threat to the country. Because during the last government that was headed by the Khalida Zia, we saw that there had been attack on the minority community. We saw that how many of the terror organizations used to operate on the other side, and those terror organizations were a threat to India. But ever since she had been here, because she's the longest serving Prime Minister of the country for the last 20 years, she had been there in the scene, and she was trying to ensure better relationship with India. And that's one of the reasons the Prime Minister Narendra Modi on several occasions said that she is like my sister. That's one of the reasons that always the government of India tried to ensure that she does not face any kind of problem, because there were reports last time also about the Bangladesh army planning a coup with the help of the inter-service intelligence and with the funding of China. But that time also India was able to inform Sheikh Hasina, and finally the actions were initiated, because she had been one who had been always pro-democracy, but recently she was not that popular in the country because of the certain actions she had get initiated because people there in Bangladesh felt that she was turning more autocratic. There had been several cases of human rights violation against that. But so far as India is concerned, yes, it's a matter of concern. You rightly said the situation on the border continues to remain tense. Director General BSF has already been camping there. He has already been interacting with the commanders on the ground because we have got a long border. That is a 4,096 kilometers that we share with Bangladesh. And in the past also there had been cases where we have seen that people from the other side, the illegal immigrants crossing the border coming out of this side. So in view of the tension on the Bangladesh side, the government of India is not taking any chance, especially the BSF. They're trying to ensure that there are all the loopholes that exist on the border are plugged so that nobody comes out to this side. There is no kind of a spillover effect. So there was a CCS meeting also yesterday at the Prime Minister residence. Ajit Doval, who yesterday came out to this place, he interacted with Sheikh Hasina, and after that he briefed Prime Minister in this regard. And late in the evening, there was a CCS meeting. In that meeting, we saw that Defence Minister was also present, Minister for External Affairs, Jai Shankar was also there. Besides this, the Home Minister was also present, and even Nirmala Sitharaman, the Finance Minister, besides the Cabinet Secretary and the Foreign Secretary, were also present in that meeting. And during that meeting, they discussed several things. You see, the one thing is the stability of the Bangladesh. That's really very important. The second is how to insulate themselves because they have to also ensure a better relationship with whosoever is taking over the charge in Bangladesh. Reason being, already we have got a very bad relationship with Pakistan because Pakistan is continuing with the policy of leading India 1,000 cuts. And our relationship with China is also not that good. So we will not like to have any hostile neighbor in the form of Bangladesh this time. That's one of the reasons that India is walking a tightrope. They're trying to go for the balancing act, trying to ensure that on one hand they'll be supporting Sheikh Hasina, trying to ensure that she can leave safely for the safe shelter in any of the neutral countries, whether it's Finland or whether it's United Kingdom, only the time will tell. But yes, they have to also maintain a good relationship with whosoever is going to take over charge of Bangladesh, because that's really going to be very crucial and important for India. And also they are also concerned about the safety and security of minority community, especially Hindus putting up in Bangladesh. We have seen that there had been incidents where some of those Islamist radical elements, they were trying to target them. There had been several videos on the social media. So Government of India is really concerned about their safety and security also. Everything was discussed during the CCS meeting. What steps can be taken, how to keep the border secure, how to think about the safety and security of a minority community, Hindus putting up in the area, because we have seen that yesterday how though the crowd, many of the Western media described them as a jubilation, but I think that was that's not a good, healthy sign for what exactly is happening in South Asia, because wherever we have seen that Islamist radicals have tried to take over the country, it has always spelled the doom for that particular nation, because from democracy it has moved towards only destruction. That's what we have seen wherever this thing has happened. I think this is for the Western countries also to understand, because once they are trying to hijack any kind of a moment, then it really becomes difficult. Already there are intelligence inputs that how the China funding and those student groups, with the help of inter-service intelligence, they were out on street.
Right, Pradeep. Although you're getting us those very significant points and putting things into context as to what it would mean for the relations as well for both the countries, I'd have to interject you there. But thank you very much for joining us on that top story. But since we continue to track everything to do with the unrest as well as what would ideally mean for Sheikh Hasina, and more importantly, how history has repeated itself, take a look at the special report.
The house of Hasina has fallen again. Almost half a century after its founding father was deposed in a coup and assassinated by his own army. Today, his daughter and the woman who led Bangladesh for the last 50 years is forced to flee her motherland. Her palace taken over by her own people. For now, its future tense in Dhaka.
সেখানে আমরা সিদ্ধান্ত নিয়েছি যে একটা ইন্টারিম গভর্নমেন্ট আমরা ফর্ম করব এবং ইন্টারিম গভর্নমেন্টের মাধ্যমে এই দেশের সমস্ত কার্যকলাপ চলবে। আপনারা সেনাবাহিনীর প্রতি আস্থা রাখেন, সশস্ত্র বাহিনীর প্রতি আস্থা রাখেন। আমি সমস্ত দায়িত্ব নিচ্ছি, আপনাদের জানমাল, এবং আপনাদেরকে আমি কথা দিচ্ছি যে আপনারা আশাহত হবেন না।
Sheikh Hasina's hasty departure marks the tipping point of what began as a student protest against a contentious move to reserve up to 30% of government jobs for families of veterans of the 1971 Liberation War. The protest, which began late last month, escalated dramatically when students at Dhaka University clashed violently with the police, leading to at least 300 dead officially. India has always had concerns of Bangladesh becoming a puppet in the South Asian region, and there are many who could possibly benefit from Hasina's fall from power. The obvious suspect is China, already seething after Dhaka had rebuffed Beijing and decided to partner New Delhi in the $1 billion Teesta River Development Project. Earlier this year, China was believed to have played a key role in the India Out protests that took place in the run-up to the elections. Even China's geopolitical rival, the United States, has a vested interest. Since 2022, external actors, predominantly Western countries, have been intervening in Bangladesh's election process, expressing concern over human rights abuses. And then there is old rival Pakistan, with reports coming in that the Chhatro Shibir, the student wing of the banned Jamaat-e-Islami, allegedly backed by the ISI, was inciting violence and turning student protests into a political movement. Sources say that Pakistan's army and ISI wanted to destabilize Sheikh Hasina's government and restore the opposition BNP to power. So far, it seems things are going exactly as per the script. Bureau Report, Mirror Now.